Hey, everybody. I'm trying to not say everybody. It sounds so southern, so I'm trying to get better. Hey, y'all. Is that better? Nope. It's just as southern. Oh, well. What you see is what you get. So, I've been on the phone all afternoon, everybody. Just say prayers. Keep saying prayers for Ben. The warden called me this afternoon, so I am so thankful that the warden called me. And this is a wonderful thing. The warden's, he's telling me what steps we've got to go through. And I'm just as excited as I can be that things are happening. Things are happening. So get on in here. It's tea time. And look how many people we already got in here. Get on in here. Wow. So I'm going to pull something out of my little wise old owl. I got one. I'm going to move it forward, move it back, and put the teapot right there. So it's tomorrow. So, kindness. That's what we're going to talk about today. Kindness. You know, a lot of times you feel like the world's closing in on you and you feel bad and you get irritable and you're just snipping at everything that comes your way. Just nipping. If you'll just slow down and let your tension relieve, just let it leave your body, you won't be as stressed out. You won't be as stressed out. So anytime you can be kind to somebody, like I just got off the phone with the warden from Bledsoe Correction Facility. I told him how wonderful his employees were. I told him that the correction officers that were with Ben when he went to the hospital, they were amazing. They were kind and sweet and, they did their job, but they were good people. And I just talked about Miss Garrett and just how wonderful they all were. Miss Amy. So anytime you can say a good word for somebody, that is it helps them in their job. And plus, it helps us all when we can do a kind gesture towards someone. I didn't know those those correction officers that were with Ben. He was in a lot of pain, and I said, Ben, could you tell the correction officers I said thank you for all that they're doing for you? And he thanked them, and they said, you're welcome, ma'am. It's a southern thing, but it was a sweet gesture. So whenever we can choose kindness over hatefulness, and that goes for online too, because we get some hateful people in our comment section sometimes, and they're trolls. They're just flat out trolls, and we delete them. We ban them. We delete them. But when you're kind to people, if everybody would just be kind and be a good deed doer, do something good for somebody today. Do something good for somebody. Don't wait till next week. If you have an opportunity to do something good, do it. And it doesn't cost you anything to be kind and to have gentle words and words of encouragement for somebody. And you never burn a bridge. Ever burn a bridge. You can't burn bridges. You just can't, because you never know when that person that you've worked with can help you in some way, that can be an asset toward you, can be part of your network. So always be kind. And if you feel yourself getting irritable, I want you to check on a couple of things. Check on a couple of things. Are you hungry? If you're hungry, that means you're eating carbs. Because when you feed yourself with good protein and fats, fiber, the trifecta, you don't get hungry. Are you angry? H-A. Are you mad at somebody? Have you got your feelings hurt and you're angry? Are you lonely? Or are you tired or thirsty? Are you dehydrated? So I put 2 T's on the end because we need to look at that thirst part, because when you get dehydrated, things play havoc with your heart. So if you start feeling irritable toward people, you need to bring yourself back to center. You need to sit and meditate for a while and figure out what's going on. What's going on? And you may need to change your diet. We start the hot melt sprint. I've been intermittent fasting all day, and at 5:30 tonight, I will have my salad of dark greens and some veggies cut up in it. And I will have, I got some really good avocado oil just now in the mail. And I'm going to put that and some nice salad dressing on my greens. And I'm going to have a piece of, I think I'm going to have some chicken with some beef and some Mexican sausage in it. So folks, anytime you can be kind to another person. Leanne was kind to me on the last hot melt sprint. She brought me all the stuff I needed. All the stuff I needed. And now I'm doing my own thing. And I'm going to set Ben up when he gets out on his hot melt sprints, so he can go into ketosis, because that's what he really needs right now. And if you know anybody suffering with the dreaded C word, get this book. If you don't read another book this year, read this book. It needs to be in your head, especially if you want to get rid of those hunger pangs. Yes, get rid of those hunger pangs, because you don't have to live this way any longer if you will feed yourself the right stuff. I had something going this way. It's driving me nuts. Anyway, let's drink up. As Scott Adams said, it's the simultaneous sip, and he's trademarked that term. So I'm so proud of him for trademarking that. We have our sip of tea. So drink up, everybody. This is so good, and it's so warm. My nose is itching. Molly just went home with her daddy, and now Tulip is going to be lonesome. Yep, she's going to be lonesome. The dog has played herself till she's just worn flat dab out. Anyway, y'all have a great, let's see what time it is. I was 3 minutes late. Yeah, we still got, so kindness. Here's the part we miss, though. Here's the part we miss. When I first got organized, I made a New Year's resolution to get organized. And then I started to figure out why I had never been organized. I read Pam and Peggy's books. I did the system. What I finally came down to after investigating, and investigating is really important. Investigating is really important. When I investigated why I had never been organized, what I found out is I never established a habit. So we establish new habits each month. New habits each month. And with those habits, our life sort of gets on automatic pilot. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful. But another thing I realized was that in the process of investigation, I was beating myself up every turn of the path. I had this list of a stack of 50 cards to do every day. I said, I can't do that. There's no way I can do that. Here I am beating myself up. Beating myself up. And so I made another New Year's resolution that day. And you know what it was? To be kind to me. Isn't that interesting? So I changed the negative words I was saying to myself into words of encouragement, positive words to help me along the way and not to beat me up, because I was my own worst enemy. And I believe in the year 1999, when I got organized 20 years ago, I believe with all my heart it was because I changed the way I talk to myself. I changed the way I talk to myself. I started encouraging me. And there is a golden rule to love your neighbor as yourself. And you can't love your neighbor till you love yourself deep down inside. So, folks, be kind to yourself first, and then you'll know how to treat others. Because if you have ugly words spraying out of your mouth toward people you don't even know on the telephone, or you don't even know on Facebook and on Twitter and all these places, if you're being ugly to people on social media, you're a troll. So change it and be kind. Say something encouraging. Love other people. Find a way to give somebody a compliment. Y'all do it in here all the time. You help each other. Being kind to one another. I don't like trolls. I've gotten trolls in this show. One time we had 40 trolls on a Saturday afternoon show. And they were hateful. They were hateful. But you know what? I'm thankful for trolls. And you want to know why? I wouldn't be Fly Lady if it hadn't been for a troll. I can find something to be thankful for. I always look for that silver lining. I was on Pam and Peggy's message board, and I had gotten organized, or I was working toward it, and people liked what I was saying, and they were going to institute a cookie system where if you logged on, your computer would remember that you were part of the message board. Well, somebody on there pretended to be me before we got the cookie system, registration system. They pretended to be me, and they just started saying hateful things to people. I've never said anything hateful to another person like that, ever. And now I have been mad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a saint. But in the last 20 years, I have learned to nip it in the bud. And because of that troll, that they instituted this registration system, and this one lady, and I think she was an angel, this one lady said, my husband won't let me get cookies on my computer. Things have come a long way since then, like you can control that sort of thing. And would you set up an email group? And you know what I did? My house was in order. I didn't even have to think about it twice. I went over to this group called One List and set up a group. And in like 2 months' time, they got bought out by eGroups, and eGroups got bought out by Yahoo, and we became Yahoo's largest group in the world. So there, pooey on you, troll. We showed you. All because of a troll. So trolls have a purpose in life. They get us riled up, and we defend ourselves. We do. And we go that extra mile to do something kind for someone. And that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. So everybody, do something kind for somebody today. If you've got some extra dinner, take it to your next door neighbor. Have some fun. I remember One List, yep. So let's drink up I needed this tea. And tomorrow afternoon, Leanne's coming to my house and we're having a tea party. Yep, we're going to have a tea party and you're invited. Imagine that. You're invited to our tea party. Won't this be fun? It is going to be great because I just got some sample teas in and we will play with them. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Are you ready? Because it's plan and play day. And we're in our kitchen this week. So let's get some detailed cleaning done in our kitchens. We want it to look good for tea time. Bye.